next couple of minutes, I want to try to answer the question, why? And let me explain that a little bit more in detail. It's really understanding the power and the importance of why. Your story, your passion, the things that really got you excited about the business, your future, and how the business and the future tie together. The other powerful thing about your why, your vision, your reason, is because it can be customized to invite other people. If you have a goal to be financially better off, but also you want to help people health-wise, and you want to coach and train people, each one of those, you may run into somebody who has one of those interests, and your great why will include and invite them to participate as well. The other thing I want to talk about is the importance of understanding why if you're a leader in the business. The more you understand those individuals that you work with, the more you understand their goals and their dreams and their vision, the better you can coach them and invite them to become a part of your ideas and your dream. It helps you support their goals. It also helps encourage them when they get frustrated. One thing that's pretty common is especially new people when they come into business, any company, any business, they have a tendency sometimes to start down the road and pretty soon they start rethinking that decision for a number of different things. Maybe it's more confusing. Maybe they're not having the kind of success. If you as a leader understand why they started, what their dream was, what their goal was, you can sit down with them and help them, encourage them, but remind them that the struggle is worth the success. And that makes it so now a team, together everybody achieves more. Now I want to talk a little bit about why in more detail. As you begin to create your personal story, there are some fundamental steps that I'd like to recommend that you consider. And of course, you'll come up with your own as you get more familiar with this process. The first part of your story is where you came from. Now, I don't mean where you were born, that may be a part of it, but really, what were you doing before? Were you a teacher? Were you a mechanic? Were you an executive? Those types of things. Were you in a company where you felt a little bit locked out? There's a lot of different reasons, but why? What were you doing before you learned about the Wayal business? The second thing is, what did you learn? What did you find out? How did you end up where you were doing that? And today you're a part of our great company. What did you discover? What did you hear? Was it a friend who mentioned it to you? Was it something you read in an article? Did you try the product and it had an impact on you? What did you learn that caused you to take that next step? The next thing I want to talk about is what excited you about it. So you heard this or you saw this or you learned about this opportunity, but what did you see in that got you excited? All of a sudden you maybe know somebody who has a health issue and you see this great product that could help them with that, or somebody that's locked out economically or feels like they don't have opportunity, and you saw a way that maybe you could share the Wayal business with them and help them take advantage of the opportunity like you have. The next step is, what did you do about it? So you were a teacher. You heard about a company that made a difference health-wise for people. It got you excited because you have family members that you think this would impact. What did you do about it? So basically you joined and you what? The next thing is, where are you now? So in other words, you've done this for a month or 3 months. Maybe you're just brand new, and this question is you're just a part of the company. But if you've been in the company, talk a little bit about the success you've had, or the experiences you've had, or the testimonials you've seen, or the testimonial you've gained for yourself. The last thing is, what's your future? What's your vision? Where do you see this company taking you? How is it impacting your lives today? But more importantly, how will it impact your life in the future? Once you have your story, once you know your why, the next thing to discuss is how to start sharing it. Well, there are a couple of key points, especially in the direct selling business, that are important to understand. A lot of times people have a tendency to want to go out and share on Facebook or go out and post it or maybe do an advertisement, and understand those are all things that you could use perhaps sometime in the future. But the first step everybody should look at is to be able to go share your story with your immediate market. You should spend time to record everyone you know, that you have known, or that you could have known, so that you now have a resource to go talk to them. We also cover this, however, in more detail on the Preparing to Share segment of our training videos. Once you've reached out to your warm market, it's important to understand that each one of those individuals, if they like what you do, they may have become a customer, they may have become a new affiliate, or they might just become a referral. But that's a way to expand your market. Who do they know that they think would benefit from your story, from our products? The last thing is to grow your market through friendship development. Every one of us meets new people every day. And one of the things that I want to do is talk for a second about how to effectively do that in a way that, first of all, we just get to know more people and make more friends. But second of all, we can effectively learn whether that individual that we've just met might have an interest in learning more about our Wayal story. Here's how it works. When we're approaching people, there are really three different ways to approach them. One is help or opinion. One is a curiosity. And the last is need or opportunity. So let me talk about each one of those. In the help one, it's self-evident. I just got involved with a company called Wayal. We're expanding, looking for a few good people. Or we have some exciting products and it made an impact in my life and I'm interested in sharing it with other people. I had no idea whether you'd be interested or not, but thought I'd love to share some with you. At the very least, you might know somebody that might have an interest. Once you've asked for help, then you invite them to the next step. Perhaps it's sitting down with them over a cup of coffee. Perhaps it's giving them a phone call. Perhaps it's sharing a video with them. Whatever is going to give them the best information. The next one is curiosity. Listen and learn what people say about themselves. It's very interesting in the workplace or just really in public. People will reveal things that they're concerned about or excited about. Listen to try and learn what people's dreams are. Listen for their hot button. And then what you could actually do is, if I know that this person is interested in perhaps getting a new car or perhaps firing their job or a vacation they've dreamed about, then I could say, hey Frank, remember the car you're always talking about getting? I think I have a way that we can go out and you can get that car. I'd love to visit with you. Let's get together and talk about it. And then invite them to the next step. The last area that I want to talk for a second about is need or opportunity. See, this is one where you can ask great questions. Are you interested in making additional income? If the opportunity were right, would you be willing to listen to a chance to earn some additional income or maybe a career change? Now, when you ask those types of questions, the more you know about them, the better you can form this question to fit the needs or the desires or the things that they've shared before about what they're looking for. And then obviously, as with each one, have a specific next step. Invite them to a meeting, sit down and have a cup of coffee, however that works. Remember, when you're talking to people, you don't want to ask questions like, what do you think? Because a lot of times that just leaves this whole spectrum of answers and a person really actually, when you ask that, there is no real answer. They have to think too hard. So better questions are things like, who do you know that might want to make some additional income? Who do you know that's working 2 jobs? What interests you most, the products, the opportunity, or both? Who do you know that's health conscious? When we ask those types of questions in these conversations, it allows them to think about specific individuals instead of the whole world. And when we do that, it makes it simpler and easier for individuals to share referrals for you to grow your business.